Okay, none of this has been staged. Obviously, this was kind of a nightmare to me in the last little bit of getting prepared for the first day of hunting season. I went out at my dad's house to shoot bow the night before. This is the night before. Tomorrow morning, I'm not going out hunting. I have to work in the morning, and I'm going to get out a little bit early and head out to a spot where I've seen, well, not seen, but had the biggest buck of the year on trail camera. So I'm pretty excited, or at least I was. So I was shooting, and on the very last time I was shooting, I hung my bow up to go get my arrows, and I turned around to hear my bow falling off of the hanger and hitting the steps, and my sight broke off. And my stomach just sunk. I don't know. I didn't know what to do, I should say. But last year, I had a prime bow, and I loved it. And my best friend wanted a new bow. And I was like, okay, I'll get a new bow because I love any prime bow, and I wanted to get the Nexus. So I ordered a Nexus bow and sold him my old bow. I liked the sight, so I got the same exact sight. I didn't think anything of it until right at the moment that happened. My sight broke. It didn't actually break. The sight had a little screw-in spot in the sight that broke. And so I was able to just unscrew the sight and change it out with his. He's actually gone out west riding bikes all weekend, so he's not hunting. So I could do this last minute. I could just change the sight and be good for the weekend. So this is the night before, and I have no idea what's going to happen. But if it all works out, I don't really know how I'm going to react. I'm going to throw it back to this moment right now where I'm like, it wouldn't have turned out if it hadn't been for this moment.
So my first encounter with the buck that I ended up shooting, I saw him from a spot that I didn't expect I was going to hunt that night, but I went out just to kind of scout the area. It was my first time out there, and he popped out after a couple does, and it kind of caught me off guard, and I was trying to get him through the trees, and my setup was weird. I actually had I forgot my camera arm, and so I put a tripod on the stand that I was standing on, and I was like, it's got to go perfect tonight. But he didn't end up coming in, so I didn't have to worry about it. So after I had that first encounter with that buck, I thought I was going to move to another spot where he actually went to that night. He went there after dark, but I figured maybe he would come out sooner.
Well, it is October 6th, and I'm out here again, It's a little bit cooler today than it was yesterday. I sat in a stand down a little ways 2 days ago. Sat in this stand yesterday. Now I'm here, so hopefully third time's a charm. The first night I had a decent 9-point that came out, and it just hung out in this open area right in front of me. And yesterday I came out and just saw a scrub buck and a couple does and fawns. Hopefully they're gonna move tonight. I have a good feeling about tonight with the movement. I got here, I'm starting to get into the groove with my setup, getting the camera all set and stuff. Come out right after work, get out here as soon as I can. Stick it out here till dark. There's a couple nice bucks. On the second, there was a girl that has permission to hunt this property. She shot a nice 8-point right out of the same stand right here. Hopefully the bigger 9-point comes out, or there's a nice 8-point too. So just stick with us and we'll see what happens tonight, guys. Wind's good.
Sitting there, and something caught my eye, and I looked up, and it wasn't the same buck, but it was a nice buck. And if I had a chance, I was thinking I was going to shoot it. And then I saw the buck that I wanted to shoot right behind him, and so I decided I wasn't going to shoot that buck that was in front of him. It was a nice 8-point wide, but I wanted the 9-point.
Bah. Bah.
were both making their way towards me, and dark came way too fast, and I didn't end up getting a chance. Having that 8-point walk under me before dark, but I didn't shoot him because the 9-point was behind him and he didn't come in time, so I ended up letting them both go that night on my second encounter. The third encounter, I moved again, thinking he was going to take his same path. Sure enough, he didn't. Sitting there, getting close to dark again, just like always, and he comes from a spot that I wasn't expecting him, and he pops out. Caught me way off guard. I couldn't have shot him if I wanted to. He was in range and walked out of range. The first encounter, he came in the one spot. Second encounter, came in the same spot. Third encounter, whole different spot. I had 3 attempts at this buck, and tonight was different.
Well, it's October 22nd. It's finally getting colder and the deer are already moving. I've got a deer right here at about, 75 yards. Looks like a doe. Yeah. It's finally getting to be a cold front. It's been warm all year long, and they just haven't been moving till like right at last light. I've had 3 run-ins with a nice 9-point out here. The first, I was in an oak tree. The second, I was in a stand that there's a girl that also has permission out here. She shot a nice 8-point on the 2nd of October. I was sitting in a stand that I have in that same tree. And then now I've moved to this spot. Every single spot I've had a run-in with him. The one time I was sitting in that same tree that she was in, she wasn't in it at the time, and I had a nice 8-point that was with that 9-point come before him, right in front of him, under me, and I could have shot him, but I ran out of camera light. And then I was also trying to shoot the 9-point, so I was waiting, and I just didn't take a shot. And then in this stand, I had him at about 35 yards, that 9-point, walking away from me, and I ran out of camera light again. So I think it's just a matter of time before he runs by me. I think I know where he's gonna go through. Deer's starting to chase now, so you never know what's gonna happen. We'll see if something starts following this doe or another doe. Stick with us, guys. You never know what's gonna happen.
I had deer all around me. I had deer laying down at 15 yards. And he came out at the same spot, made a beeline right to the spot. I couldn't have pictured it any better. laid it right into him, just how I wanted.
Hit him high.
He didn't go 100 yards.
What just happened? Oh my gosh. Oh jeez. That was so fast. Oh my gosh. Oh god. I knew it could happen tonight. I knew it. I had deer laying. Oh my gosh. I had 3 deer laying down at 35 yards. They've been laying there for a while. That buck came out after 2 does came out of the woods and they were coming right towards me. Man, it just played, everything played right in my lap. I had deer right behind me, on one side of me, and they were everywhere. They were moving the whole night. Ever since 5 o'clock, man, what time? Oh. 6:37. My Luminox down there. I thought I hit him high. I smoked him. Smoked him. That's that 9 point we've been after. Oh my gosh. Got it done. You got it done. Oh. That was so quick. Oh. Stands right here. Shot out across this little creek right here. And here's where he stood the first time. Out back a little ways. He got some mass.
Yeah, he's got some mass.
He hasn't been dead long. This is the buck. And he goes.
Thank you very much for checking out our video. If you like what you see, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the notifications bell. That way you can get notifications every time we post new content. And if you haven't already, make sure to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and you can check out our website at www.vitalshopproductions.com.